boys, welcome back to a brand new video. And first of all, I want to apologize if there's any noise. My house is currently under construction, but today we got some pretty crazy stuff to talk about. As some of you may or may not know, the season series is going to reset in just a couple days here, and with that reset comes a bunch of new super crazy cars that Forza's added to the game. And fortunately, we've actually been able to get our hands on that information a little bit early here, and some of these cars are actually pretty crazy. It's stuff I've definitely been waiting for, and probably I'm sure many of you have been waiting for as well. And I'm gonna throw some pictures up on the screen as we go throughout this video. I'm not gonna talk about every single one because obviously there are some underwhelming ones, but there are a few outliers that I'm super excited about, and I'm sure you guys will too. And the first one I want to mention that I'm very much looking forward to, good lord, is there's a new Nissan 370Z Formula Drift car. And I don't think in all of Horizon 4's lifetime, now keep in mind I got into the game very late, so I might not be able to recall perfectly, but I'll throw images up on the screen that I do have. We're getting a brand new Formula Drift car, and it's the 370Z, and the 370Z is a car we had in Horizon 4. Now granted, it wasn't a Formula Drift one, and I can't remember if we have it in this game, but I'm pretty sure we only have the 350Z right up until now, and we definitely have the 350Z Formula Drift car, but we're getting the 370Z, and this car actually looks very good. I'm excited to drift around it. I know Gooseist is going to be drifting around in it as well, and then I'm pretty sure that since this is a Formula Drift car, they're not going to be adding this car as one that you can only get through festival events. You don't have to worry about auction sniping for this car being super hard to get. They'll probably just add it like they did most of the other Formula Drift cars. It should be pretty easy to get your hands on this car, which is going to be great because you don't normally, unless you want to grind for the car or depending on when it comes out in the season, we'll know about these cars, but we can't get them right away. So fortunately for this one, you should be able to get it on day one of the series reset, but I'm not exactly sure on that. All I know is you're not going to have to grind for anything, which is going to be very nice. And the next one I'm super excited for is actually a Ferrari. Now, we don't have a whole lot of 2020 cars in the game. In fact, in Horizon 4, there were only two of them. We had the C8 Corvette and the Koenigsegg Jesko. Were the only two 2020 cars we had in that game. Now in this one we have gotten the R35 2020 edition. I believe there's a couple others, so we have a good amount, but we're getting a new 2020 Ferrari Stradale. And in my opinion, this car looks a lot like the Aventador SVJ mixed with the Ferrari LaFerrari, in my opinion. But again, it's still going to be a beautiful car to get added to the game. I'm going to throw pictures of that on the screen as well. And these are just two of the 9 cars that Forza's adding to the game with this season. Again, I don't know if it's actually going to be all in this series. It says Series 7, which is the one that we have coming up, that they're adding these. But we also are going to be getting our hands on another Ferrari here, and that's going to be the Ferrari Tributo. I don't know, I've never heard of this one before. I'm possibly just butchered the name. I'm sure you guys will correct me down in the comment section, but I'll show you guys that one. In fact, there's actually 5. We're getting 5 new Ferraris in this update. I'm gonna just go ahead and list them all off for you guys right now. It's unbelievable. I can't believe they must have struck a deal with Ferrari. We have the Tributo, we have the Stradale, we have the California T. I've never heard of that one before. It looks interesting. We have the Berlinetta, and then we have the 512 TR Ferrari. Actually, is that 5? Yeah, that's 5. And the Stradale. I forgot to mention the Stradale again. But I don't know. I don't think we really needed this many Ferraris. In my opinion, if they had added like 5 new drift cars, that would have been sick. But don't worry, we're getting at least 2 cars that are going to be very good for drifting, because we get the Formula Drift one. Obviously, that one's going to be amazing when it comes to drifting. But there's another car that I'm extremely excited for, and I hope it comes out at the beginning of this series, because it looks like it's going to be so much fun to drift in. It's actually a truck. It's by Ford, and it's the F-150 SVT Lightning. And in my opinion, this thing looks like Forza's probably going to put it into the game with some crazy body kits, or at least some way, shape, or form that we're going to be able to slam this car into the ground. I know it's going to drift well. We used to have an old 150 in Horizon 4 that drifted really well. In fact, I think we have it in this game too. I just haven't drifted in a whole lot, but this car I know for a fact is going to be amazing. And actually they did a pretty good job with all of these cars that they're adding. There's like one or two that I'm not terribly excited for, and again, it would be nice if we were getting our hands on some more drift cars and not so many Ferraris. I think 5 Ferraris is a little bit overkill, but I'm not really gonna complain. Any new content that Forza's added to the game is a blessing because they don't really update a whole lot. Although we have been getting lots of new cars, it just kind of feels like drip feeding. But this amount of new cars in one series is meaning that things are kind of looking up for the game. Hopefully we can get our hands on a DLC soon. I'm gonna just throw the images of the car one last time up on screen if you want to pause the video. But then we're also getting a Toyota Tacoma. Oh my goodness, I'm off the road here. And a Toyota Tacoma, in my opinion, it looks just like the 4Runner they added. I'm not too excited for that. We have a bunch of cars that look exactly like it. I'm not too much into the off-roading side of Forza. Maybe some of you guys are, but I think that's definitely on the lower end of their demographic. And then there's a Dodge Magnum. I guess you could technically drift it, but again, it doesn't look like it's gonna be people's favorite car. I think the MG that they added a little while ago, that drift car, that was a phenomenal one. This one might be somewhere along the lines of that. It just doesn't look super cool, but maybe they'll put some cool body kits in. We have no idea. All we know right now is they're adding these 9 amazing cars in this series. Maybe you guys already heard about this, but I made the video as soon as I did. And again, I don't know how they're going to release these cars. Hopefully not many, if any of them are going to be car pass cars. And if they are, I hope it's none of the cool ones. I don't really like when they lock some of the cool stuff behind paywalls. I get that they're a business and they kind of have to do that sometimes, but hopefully at least with the Formula Drift one and some of the cool Ferraris, I can be almost certain that they're just going to put those in the series or right out for us to be able to purchase immediately, which is going to be great. Anyways, boys, that was a lot of information, and my goodness, I kind of been drifting this whole time. If you guys want this tune, I'm just going to get it up on the screen for you guys. It's just right there. I know that's one of the things that's for sure going to get commented because it is a pretty good drift tune. It point drifts really well. Anyways, if you made it all the way through to the end, let me know down below with the comments so I can give you a heart. As always, we'll see you boys in the... Ooh, wow. I sometimes forget how good this car is at drifting. Anyways, as always, we'll see you boys in the next video. Thanks for sticking around. I'm out. Peace. Oh, also quickly before I end the video, if any of you guys were ever wanting to hit Legendary Tuner or Legendary Painter, these cars that are coming out are your best opportunity. So as soon as you can get your hands on them, be one of the first people, upload your tunes because there's 9 new cars coming out. Surely if you try for all of them, by eventually you're bound to get your tuner livery or anything downloaded by people. Just keep trying, but this is definitely the best opportunity we've had for this in a while. Anyways, that's now officially gonna be all for me. I'm out. Peace.